Here I am, guys, at a Cold Clan outpost. When they say Cold Clan, they are kidding. Why's it gotta be so snowy? Minewind, the last frontier. Can you brave the wilderness? This video is dedicated to Known Commander, aka FrozenConflict or Known Scamander. Recently banned. You will be missed, my dude. Hello guys, sit down by the campfire because I have a story to tell today. So, today's video is going to be on Cold Clan and the history of the clan that dates back to Era. So if you guys want to see more history videos like this one, leave a like down below and I'll make them. Also, give me some ideas in the comments, that would really help. Thank you, enjoy the video. In the modern age, Cold Clan by all means is one of Minewind's most influential power clans. Its sphere of influence flows deep, with more allies than I can count on one hand. But the clan has not always been this way. It was once a small, unassuming clan, just as you may expect. Today, we'll be covering the history of the clan from its very start, up until its modern age, as I show you how one small clan has turned into one giant empire. Chapter 1. Cold vs. Red. Cold Clan was created in late 2018 by a player by the name of Coldkey. It was created well before the 3.0 update was even thought of, so all the subservers were still separate. It was an Era clan. Its starting mission statement was simple: destroy the Red Menace. You see, at this time, there was a very powerful clan by the name of Red, led by a player by the name of Ryomoku. Ryomoku was far from a very loved player. Due to his frequent doxings and political rants in public chat, not a lot of people liked the guy. The war between Cold and Red was much more destructive than modern-day clan wars. Back then, there was no castle or bait to settle differences over. You just blew each other's base up, honestly. Cold Clan definitely held the power of public opinion in this war, as a lot of the time, Red clan bases were given up by Red members to Cold members to get griefed just to spite Ryomoku and his officers. Also, no Cold base was touched through the entirety of the war. It was really one-sided. Cold Clan had started the war against Red as a collection of relatively unknown players. But by the end, they were a sizable clan. Still full of mostly noobs, but a clan of great potential. Chapter 2. Cold vs. TGF and Lucy. Shortly after Red Clan was defeated, Cold continued to fight the remnants in the form of Lucy, led by its J-Bolt. Lucy was allied with the Alpha Clan at the time, TGF, also known as the Godfathers. The Godfathers hit several Cold Clan bases at the time, and Cold being mainly newer players, they couldn't really stand up against TGF at all. That being said, Cold continued to grow throughout this time period, and struck up some pretty powerful allies. Some of the allies were DB, an arc-based power clan led by legendary PvPer Greenbelt 8, CMD, or Command, led by Known Commander, and finally, Hate, led by Midget IRL. He'll come into our story later, believe me. Bait, the first non-seasonal Minewind event, was released around this time, and it quickly became the way that the clans would fight it out. Chapter 3. Cold vs. TGF and Zero. As Cold TGF tensions were at an all-time high, Minewind released a mass unban. This brought back a lot of the old-school PvPers from the legendary clan Zero. So instantly, Zero became the dominant clan at the time, and it allied with TGF to become nigh unbeatable. That being said, Cold continued to exist throughout this time, and slowly grew, and its members became stronger as well. Around this time, a player by the name of Call Me Yoda, a very unpredictable character, started coordinate hacking on behalf of Zero. While Cold managed to avoid these hits, its close ally Command got struck and a lot of players got wild killed. As time went on, Zero, being such a huge alliance, became unstable and began to fall apart. Ella Bunny, a well-known player nowadays, was one of the first to leave Zero. When she left to create her own clan, a lot of the more towny-type players left with her. Ella Bunny's new clan became one of the more powerful allies of Cold, as Zero continued to crumble. Somewhere around this time, Castle was removed for a bit. Not exactly sure when, though. Chapter 4. Cold vs. TGF and Hate. Shortly after the reintroduction of Castle, Hate betrayed Cold on behalf of TGF. which surprised everyone involved, because the TGF members did not like Midget IRL very much. They joked on him often, and just in general bullied him. Eventually, Hate's clan home was sold out to Cold by a player by the name of El Capper. Afterwards, Hate slowly dispersed. Chapter 5: Cold vs. Conk. Around this time, Cold was winning castles, and I mean really winning castles. They had a monopoly on the server for a couple months now. But everything changed when the Conk Nation attacked. Conk was a clan created by two Azurk players, with one mission statement in mind: to take castle from clans who have had it for too long. Conk clan had some of the best PvPers on the server, names such as Advisoring, Fraglar, Lord Ziz, and many others, all of which could fold me like this week's laundry. Cold tried to hold a resistance against Conk, and succeeded in a couple isolated circumstances, but in general, this is just a good way for Cold to get practice for the upcoming war that was about to be its biggest. With the Conk threat slowly dissolving and moving on to other servers, and the new leadership of SkystormerX, everything was looking good for Cold. But then suddenly, a player by the name of Vyra quit to create her own clan, known as Desu. Though Cold was a pretty tightly knit clan, a lot of Cold members began to quit and join up with Desu. Some of those names being JRC, Doshi, Marshmallow, and Quasar. At the same time, Cold lost a couple more members. Ella Bunny and Infexify were banned for hacking. In the early weeks after Desu was created, everything was going great. They stayed mostly peaceful with Cold, offering them friendly competition during events. It was all around a good time. But then, over time, Desu and Cold clans started to be on less good terms. As tension began to rise, so did the trash talk between the two clans. A notable event would be when Jellycoins, a Cold member, was wild killed for a sharpness 30 slave by a Desu member. The friendly competition went out of the window really quick when a player by the name of Dark Warriors 26 killed a Cold member for an imp and Easter eggs, and then faced no punishment whatsoever. Just got to keep the items, stayed in the clan until eventually he self-exiled after immense hate by Cold. He later quit the server. The Cold clan members decided that they needed to strike back, despite SkystormerX's better judgment. Vyra was spotted at an up-and-coming Cold base, the Cold space station, without actually getting a legitimate TP there from the main builder, Astromios. Many Cold members tried to jump her. Then out of seemingly nowhere, Conk members showed up. Nobody knows how they got the TP or how Vyra got the TP. Just all around, this space was absolutely wacky levels of compromise. But the Conk members stood next to the Cold members for the first time in forever to kill Vyra, because they didn't like her ever. And as for poor Astromios, with his overly compromised base, he decided to self-nuke it shortly after the fighting ceased. In a couple of weeks after the fight at the Cold Clan space station, Vyra randomly disbanded the clan. All of the Cold Clan members celebrated it, and then she just recreated it like it was nothing. I don't know, just kind of an odd circumstance. On the 25th of May 2020, the fight was taken to a whole new level. On this day, many Cold Clan members' bases were griefed. Rosepain had a build griefed, FrozenConflict had 2 builds griefed, and Astromios, the poor guy, had another build griefed. FrozenConflict told Cold that he would grief 5 Desu bases to get back at them. And he followed through. The same day he got into Vyra's vault and wild killed her. He stole stags worth of gear and blew up many other bases. A Cold Clan member by the name of Orionel had been inciting Desu for a while now. She had the ultimate plan of taking all that Vyra had. The plan was to use the trust built up to borrow Vyra's events, under the guise that it was going to be for a YouTube video. You see, Orionel made a lot of YouTube videos around this time, so it was a believable story. The gear Orionel ended up borrowing were a frag, an imp, and various other seasonal sets. Hold up, wait a minute. Sensible Sky here. Like, who let somebody borrow that many items? It's like Orionel straight borrowed from Vyra more than my entire net worth. double. Like, that... I am just flabbergasted, I'm sorry. Orianel tricked Vira by saying she'd give all of the items back at the Desu clan home, where she had already teleported in many Cold Clan members, who are all waiting with their swords raised. They tried to kill Vira, but she ended up logging off before they could finish the deed. So, they just absolutely annihilated the clan home of Desu. Even Coldkey came back from his long hiatus to watch the fireworks. Here's Desu clan home now. It's a little bit destroyed, don't you think? As Desu fell, Midget IRL, the ex-leader of Hate, came back and reformed his clan. Now allying with group of hacking edgy nerds, SC. They were a bit more of a force to be reckoned with. The combined force of SC, Hate, and Desu was still not enough to take out Cold, and Cold ended up coming out on top. Chapter 7, Finding Peace 3.0 and Beyond. The time after Desu has been very peaceful for Cold. They've struck up powerful allies with clans such as PvP, Templar, DB, and 12 Clan, and are now part of the Great Apes Collective. The collective each week holds castle and shows no sign of stopping anytime soon. So yeah guys, that's the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you really enjoyed it. But apart from that, hope you enjoyed the history of Cold, and I got nothing else to say. Free my boy Frozen, and later, alligators.